right. Well, welcome everybody to class number 2 for the bone and muscle strengthening progressions. And so today, what we're going to do is we're going to just review the basics of what we learned last week and then actually add some load today if you would like. And today, I'm going to use a flex band, and this is a medium sized flex band. If you don't have one today, it's perfectly fine. You can do all of this without the flex band, but this is a great tool to actually just progressively add load to the body, which is what we'll be doing throughout these next few weeks. But I'll have you put the band off to the side for right now, and we're going to start in the chair the way we did last week. And I'll have you turn your chair so it's face on to the computer so that you don't have to tweak your neck or your back to see what's going on. But let's go ahead and have a seat in the chair, and you'll sit right on the edge of the chair the way we did last week. And let's just review our core connection, our spinal lengthening, and then all of these really important connections. And so we'll start with our breathing. So exhale all your air out and just get that initial connection to the core. Now you'll inhale, breathe through the nose, and try to breathe into the bottom lobes of the lungs. And then as you exhale, draw up on the pelvic floor muscles and feel that connect to your waist, lengthening the spine. We'll inhale through your nose. And then exhale, blow through your pursed lips like you're blowing out a straw. Lift up through the pelvic floor and deepening your abdominals. And a couple more breaths like that, just finding your core. Inhale through your nose. And then exhale a gentle lift through the pelvic floor muscles. Feel that wrap around your waist. It's like your natural girdle. And feel a lengthening also in your waist. Inhale through your nose and exhale. So we want to keep that breathing going throughout class, keep the core connecting, and we're going to add on gradually as we do that. So take your hands right at the top of your thighs. We're going to do our spinal lengthening. And so as you inhale, let's press down on the thighs and lengthen through the crown of the head. Try to keep that length as you exhale, draw up on the pelvic floor and deepen the abs. And we'll inhale, press down on the thighs, slide your shoulders down, lengthen through the crown of the head. And then exhale, feel that deep core connection from your pelvic floor all the way around your waist. Inhale, press down and lengthen. And exhale, deepen the abdominals. Try to keep that abdominal connection as you inhale, press down and lengthen. And exhale, reconnect. Good. Now we're going to add a little arch to that. So it's a little bit of an upper back extension. You want to keep your abs connected so that you don't kind of arch your lower back. So inhale to lengthen, slide your shoulders down and lift your sternum. And your eye level is just going up a little bit, maybe to where the ceiling meets the wall. And then exhale, resume your neutral. Take your eyes straight forward and bring your spine straight. Couple more like that. Press down. Inhale, lengthening the sternum up, shoulder blades back and down. And then exhale, resume your vertical position. Look straight forward. Inhale, press down, shoulder blades back and down as you're opening through the chest here. This is probably one of the best movements you can do with osteoporosis because it's reversing that hump that can happen if you do have osteoporosis over time. Yeah, it's a really important movement. We're going to do two more. Inhale, press down and lift your sternum, shoulder blades back and down, and exhale. Look straight forward. Let's do one more. Inhale, we'll press down and lift your sternum and exhale. So once again, we're going to do that on the floor a little bit later, but these are great to do every day and really throughout the day. Yeah, there's no time where lengthening the spine is not good for you or connecting to the core. So anytime you're having a seat, or I'll show you how to do this in a standing position. Perfect. And then your body over time can learn to lengthen the spine on its own. Now for a spiral. Yeah, so for rotating. When somebody calls your name, you're going to be looking over your shoulder or when you drive, you look over your shoulder. And it's really important to get the lengthening as we rotate. Yeah. So as you rotate, you want to avoid flexion. Anything loading the spine in this direction is really bad for the front part of your spine and can um, kind of increase microfractures there, and that contributes to that hump that we want to avoid. Yeah. So these are really important to practice so that it's available to you when you do need it. We're going to start, and again, this is a review, hand on your right hand on your right hip, left hand on the left thigh. Yeah. Now we spiral from our pelvis so you don't put any too much pressure on any one of the vertebrae. You got 24. Yeah, you want to distribute that work throughout the whole vertebrae. So let's exhale here first, deepen the abdominals. Now you're going to inhale, start to rotate with the pelvis. So the right pelvis pulls back, and then you spiral the whole spine to wherever that feels good for you, but feel that lengthening. And then exhale, coming back to center. Do two more on that side. So you're going to inhale, start the movement from the pelvis and spiral and lengthen. And then exhale. Now with your left hand, I'm kind of just blocking the left leg from falling in. So you want to keep it going straight forward. Let's do one more. You'll inhale, spiral, right hip is pulling back, and then the whole spine is lengthening so you can look in that direction. And then go ahead and come back. Let's do that to the left. So left hand, left hip, right hand on your thigh. Yeah, so exhale here, deepening your core. Now the pelvis starts the movement. So you start to shift your pelvis, the whole spine follows, and you look over that shoulder. Nice. And then you come back to center. Now, also another thing to kind of pay attention to is both hips are staying anchored so that you're not shifting to one hip. Yep. So you inhale, pull that hip back and spiral, looking around, and then exhale. So anything kind of is challenging for you, you just, stop where your limit is. Yeah. So you don't want to feel any pain here. Do one more. Inhale, pelvis spirals and whole spine moves. And then exhale. Let's alternate. So go back to the right side, right hand on your right hip, and you'll inhale, spiral, pelvis all the way out through the crown of the head. Exhale, come back to center, deepen your core or reconnect to the left. Left hand on your hip. Inhale, move your hip and then your spine. And then exhale, deepening your core back to center. Let's do it one more time each side. So right side moves, inhale. And then exhale, resume that vertical position. And one more, inhale and exhale. So really good thing to continue to practice. Throughout the day. Now, one more movement we didn't learn last week, but I want to introduce this to you. You guys stay there. I'm just turning to the side so you can see. Yeah. And so you're going to stay really tall, good, and then engaging your abdominals. Let's start with your right hand. So you're going to lift your arm up if that's available to you. Nice. Now, what we're going to do is actually lift the shoulder blade up and reach the arm a little bit higher, and it pushes kind of the spine into this long kind of side arch, but you want to lengthen through the crown of the head. Nice. And then go ahead and bring the head right back up, and we'll lower that arm down. Let's do that to the other side. And I'm going to suggest turning the palm out so there's a lateral kind of rotation there. Take an inhale. Good. Now exhale. Feel your core connect. Lift a little higher, getting something off that highest shelf, but lengthen the spine out through the crown of the head, and then coming back to vertical and lowering down. Nice. Now we're going to do that on an inhale. So deepen your abs, exhaling. Now inhale, let's lift and reach, lengthening through the crown of the head. Exhale, reconnect with your core as you're lowering down. Other side, you're going to inhale, lift, and reach, lengthening through the crown of the head. Watch that opposite shoulder down. And then exhale to come back to vertical one more time each side. You'll inhale. Good. Lengthening out through the crown of the head. And then exhale. Reconnect pelvic floor, deepening your abs. One more here. Inhale. reaching up and lengthening. And then exhale, coming back to vertical. Excellent. Okay, moving on from there. Once again, all of those are great to do throughout the day. Now, what we're going to do is now start to address your legs, and we're going to go through what we learned last week, which is your strengthening your quads, the muscles around your kneecaps. So I'm going to have you slide back in your chair so you're a little bit more supported, but not all the way back. Yeah, unless you need to. Yeah. So you want to try to um, strengthen your core, and which includes your back muscles. You can stay in this really vertical position. Nice. Now, next week, I'd love to add ankle weights to this so we can really start to load these muscles. Really important we strengthen them. But let's start with your right leg for right now. Good. So we're using the load of your own body weight. Yeah. So straightening the leg as much as you can. You want to try to pull your kneecap up. All of these muscles around the kneecap are super important. Now we're going to start by holding the leg today. So let's feel your abdominals here. Feel your shoulders back and down, and then also tucking your chin in so that the head's in line with the spine. Now we're going to inhale, start with a point. So point your foot and feel like you're stretching the top of the foot out. And then exhale, pull the toes back, deepening your abs, keeping the knees straight. And we'll do that a few more times. Inhale for that point and reach. And then exhale. Here you want to stretch out your Achilles tendon or the back of the ankle. Yeah, and here stretching out the top of the foot, which gets really tight because we have our feet in shoes kind of all day long. Yeah, and then stretch. Good. So, really important you get that mobility in your ankle joint because we do lose that over time. Exhale. Let's take about four more. Inhale and exhale. And you're working these muscles isometric. So, you want to start to feel that. Inhale. Good. And exhale, pull the abdominals in, lengthen through the crown of the head. Two more. Inhale, reach through the toes. And then you reach through the heel here. One more. Inhale and exhale. Now hold this flexion of the foot. Yes, you're working the front of the shin muscles as well as the front of the thigh, and we'll bend the knee. And I'm going to suggest just going halfway down and then reaching through the heel and reach the leg a little bit longer. You can also tap the foot down. Inhale there. Exhale, deepening your abs. Two, we're going to 10. Inhale. Exhale, three. Good. Very good. Inhale, shoulders back and down. Four. Good. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head. Exhale, five. Very good. Inhale. Nice. Exhale, pulling the abdominals back. Six. Inhale. Good. Exhale, seven. Good. And really just keeping the abs connected throughout the whole movement, whether you're breathing in or in or out. Yeah. So nice, strong core. And there's eight. Let's do two more. Good. Hopefully you're feeling this nice and warm. Nine, or even a bit of a burn, which is a good thing. And 10. Good. But you want to feel that in the muscles. Let's put the foot down, not in the joint itself. Yeah. So kind of just taking care of that. Other side, let's just lift the leg up, and we want to establish a nice straight leg, pulling the kneecap up. And so strengthening all of those muscles, starting with your foot motion. Inhale, point, and try to stretch the top of the foot out and then reaching through the heel. Yeah. So inhale here, lengthen. Exhale, pull the abdominals back. Good. Inhale, keeping that core connected. And exhale. Good. Working on your ankle mobility. And if you're not used to using your feet or working your feet, they're going to talk to you. There's probably going to be some cramping, maybe in the bottom of the foot or the calf. Good. So typically, if you don't use a muscle, you're just waking it up. Yeah, and it'll start to cramp. Yeah, but the more you do a movement, good, or just breathe through it, the more it will release over time. Yeah, but it does take time. Yeah, just to get our muscles conditioned. Good. We got one more after this one. Inhale, point. And then exhale to flex. Hold it there. Good. We're going to bend part way down, or you can tap the heel all the way down. Exhale, reach through the heel 10 times. Inhale. Good. Drawing the abdominals back. Good. And keep lengthening through the crown of the head. 3. Good. Inhale. Good. Exhale, deepening the abs. 4. Good. And exhale. 5. Very good. And 6. Good. Keep working on that lengthening of the spine, sitting super tall. 7. And so you'll feel your upper back muscles. 8. Stay connected as well as the core to protect your lower back. 9. Beautiful. One more. And then there's 10. Very good. Hopefully feeling that nice and warm because we need those muscles when we're going into the next movement, which is going to be kind of our sit to stand. But I'm going to have you, if you have one, utilize your flex band here. Good. So what we're going to do is find the center of the band, and then we're going to put our both of our feet right on top of the band. Nice. Good. And then again, we want to line our toes up here. Yeah. So typically we are kind of not symmetrical side to side. So we just have to pay attention to where our feet are. So hip distance apart. And then I'll have you do an underhand grip hanging on to the band. And you'll be the judge as to how much resistance you would like. Yeah. So you can choke up for more resistance. You can release band for less resistance. Now we're going to start with some connection to our back muscles and do what we call a seated row. So let's get into our core here. Draw up on the pelvic floor, wrap that abdominal wall. Now feel your shoulders back and down. Turn your palms in so that the thumbs are towards the ceiling. Do a big inhale here. Now exhale, bend your elbows and bring them back behind you and just hold that position for a second. Good. So you actually want the elbows to almost feel like they're going to touch behind you so you feel your back muscles. And we're working kind of the muscles right at the tips of the scapula, good, down into your mid back. And then we're going to reach our arms back forward. We'll flow for that. Deepen your abs, pull up on the pelvic floor, pull the abs in, pull your elbows back. Good. And then reach it forward. So we need these back muscles in order to keep our back strong, first of all, along the spine. The stronger your back muscles are, the stronger your bones are going to be along the spine, for one thing. But it also helps us to stabilize the spine in this long position when we're moving through hinging, squatting, anything that we do throughout the day. Good. So there's 4. Inhale here. Big exhale. Blow through the lips. 5. Good. Inhale and exhale, pulling the elbows back. 6. And exhale. 7. Good. Inhale. This is kind of working kind of the latissimus dorsi in your back muscles, back of the shoulders. Good. 8. Let's do 2 more. 9. Beautiful. Good. One more on 10. Yeah. And once again, we'll be adding more load to those as we go along. Yeah, because we really want to strengthen those back muscles. Now we're going to utilize those back muscles as we do a hinge. Again, we want to avoid this. Really bad for the spine. And we want to teach ourselves how we hinge so that we can do that functionally throughout the day. These are great. So you're going to slide your feet back a little bit. So we want our feet to be underneath our knees, but heels down, because we're going to be shifting our body weight onto your feet. And if they're too far away, it's going to be really hard to get up with good integrity. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start in our neutral position. So exhale all your air out here. Good. And we're not going to stand up just yet. We're just going to connect to the muscles. So you're going to inhale, hinge forward, just reaching your arms forward. Keep your back straight. Now push your feet into the floor and feel your muscles all along the calves, the back, the glutes, but particularly the abs and the upper back. And then hinge yourself forward. We're going to do that a couple times. So we're going to inhale to hinge. Now exhale, stay and drive your feet down. It's almost like you're going to take off. And then go ahead and you decided not to. 2 more. Inhale, hinge, nice long spine. Start to press down. Good. And that might be it, for some people, is just to really find that connection. Try not to round. You're going to inhale to hinge, and you're trying to find nose over your toes. Yeah. And then coming back. Okay, for those of you that can, now we're going to come up to a hover, but slowly sit down. And this is really challenging for the muscles. Yeah, so you're going to inhale, hinge. Now deepen your core, and then try to just find a little bit of a hover. As you exhale, inhale, set yourself back down and come back to that upright position. It's a lot of leg muscles here, but also a lot of core. So you're going to inhale, start with that hinge, lengthen through the crown of the head. Now drive your feet down as you exhale, deepening the core. Inhale, slowly have a seat. So you're using your muscles to sit rather than gravitational force, and then coming back up. Right. You'll inhale to hinge. Exhale, drive down. Feel the muscles of the legs. Inhale and exhale. Good. Let's do one more. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now let's go ahead and we'll do a stand. So you're going to inhale, hinge, exhale. Let's stand all the way up. Good. And then for today, what we're going to do is just go halfway down like we did last week, but hopefully you feel the band here. Yeah. So feeling kind of the integrity, it kind of connects feet to the crown of the head, and you can feel your upper back just a little bit more. Okay. We'll find our half sit here. So exhale your air out here. Pull your abdominals in, lengthen the spine. Now start to bend the knees and stick your tail out. Good. Reach your arms forward. Good. And then for this position, you want your tail to be going back and not tucked under. This is really bad for your back. Yeah. So sticking your tail out, and also it'll be easier to get into the chair when you're going into a full sit. Now stand all the way back up. Good. So we'll just kind of flow through that. We're going to do this on an inhale to stick your tail out and lengthen through the crown of the head. Arms are just reaching forward. Drive your feet down and coming all the way back up. Good. Now you want your knees to go forward here. So as your knees go forward, good. The shin angle matches the back angle. Yeah. So rather than this, yeah. So you want your knees to go forward to match that. Good. So that distributes the work through all the joints of the body, the ankle, the knee, the hip, as well as the spine. Everything's working. Good. But you're not putting too much load on any one joint. Let's continue keeping the core connected. We'll inhale and then exhale, coming back up. Now, also, you want your knees to be going straight over the feet and not falling in. So keeping the knees good, going straight forward. Good. And that's where all that muscle or that strengthening of your quads really come in. Good. So inhale here and exhale, coming up. Starting to feel your glutes, hopefully. Good. Inhale, sticking your tail out, and exhale, coming all the way up. Good. Let's take it 4 more. Inhale and exhale. 4. Good. Inhale, reaching forward, and you're really working on kind of just really lengthening the spine. So reaching the tail back and the crown of the head in opposition, deepening your abs. Good. Let's do 2 more. We'll inhale. Good. And exhale. Do 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Very good. Excellent. Okay, so hold it here. Good. And now we're going to do an exercise called our chest expansion. Good. And again, if you don't have a band, it's fine. Yeah. What you'll do is actually press your arms straight back behind you. Good. And it's a really nice feeling of expanding the chest, thus the name. But you're working your upper back muscles as well as the back of the arm. So press your arms straight back, and you're trying to keep your elbows straight there. Good. And then coming back forward. Now deepen your abs. Exhale, pulling the navel back as you're pressing your arms back. Good. And stand tall, reaching through the crown of the head. Very good. You exhale, press back. Good. And coming back forward. And any amount of resistance is great. Yeah, but you really want a lot of strength here. in your upper back. Feel the shoulder blades come together and down. Good. And release. Let's do 4 more. Exhale, 4. Very good. And exhale, 3. Excellent. And exhale, 2. Nice. Let's do one more. Good. Exhale, pressing back. Beautiful. And then coming back forward. Excellent. Okay, we're going to come off the band for right now, and we're going to do some standing behind the chair. We'll put the band down for a moment. And then once again, I'll have you just step behind your chair. Make sure your chair is this way so that you can see what's going on. I'm going to stand sideways. Good. So, like we did last week, our fingertips are just going to be on the chair. Good. So, eventually, and we'll kind of test our balance today as well. Starting with our heel raises, make sure your feet are lined up and parallel. The knees will be straight. Engage your glutes. Pull your abdominals in and up. Hug your ribs in and down. Shoulders back. Chin back. A lot of body parts. Good. So exhale your air out here. Find that connection to your core. We're going straight up. Inhale, rise up onto the balls of the feet. And then exhale, let's go ahead and lower down. Good. Now you want to put a little bit more weight through that big toe side of your foot. Inhale, so we don't fall out to the pinkies, although all 10 toes will participate. Good. So we'll inhale, rise, trying to keep your knees straight here, if that works for you. Yeah. And we're isolating our huge and our very strong calf muscles, the gastroc being one of them. Yeah, so those muscles should be strong enough in order to just lift your entire body like a rocket, taking off, going straight up. Good. So we obviously stand on our feet all day long, but we want to strengthen the muscles around the ankles, the feet, the calves. It's also very good for your knees. If you have knee issues, this is an exercise that you should be doing to strengthen the knees. These cross the back of the knee joint. Good. And let's take 5 more. Yeah. And you can kind of test your balance here. Good. Just see where you're at. Good. Because we eventually want to do this in the center of the room. Good. So you kind of find your balance. Yeah. But then you can kind of test it. Good. And each day we find your kind of balance on each one of the exercises as well. Good. Pulling the abs in and up. Good. Let's take 3 more. Inhale and exhale. Good. 2 more. Inhale. You definitely want to feel those muscles working. You're going to feel a bit of a burn, and that's a good thing. It tells your brain that those muscles need to get stronger. So, yeah, just getting that little burn to go. Okay, we're going to add a pattern on to this. This is called like our gait pattern. And so I'm going to have you bend your knees. They go straight forward, but try not to collapse the spine. Stay tall. Now, keep your knees bent, and you're going to rise up onto the balls of the feet. Now keep your heels lifted as you straighten the legs. And then we're going to lower the heels. So we'll go through that pattern. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, lift your heels. Yeah, so the little coordination here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower the heels. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, lift the heels. Inhale and exhale. One more in this direction. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Now we're going to reverse it. So keep your knees straight and go straight up and hold that. Good. Now you're going to keep your heels lifted as you bend the knees. Good. Now keep your knees bent as you lower the heels and then lengthen the knees. Yeah. So inhale, we'll lift up onto the balls of the feet first. Keep your heels lifted as you exhale, bend your knees. Keep your knees bent as you lower the heels. Heels stay down. Lengthen the legs. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, deepen your abs and bend your knees. Good. Inhale, let's lower the heels. Good. Exhale to straighten. Good. Two more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lower. Exhale, one more. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale. Good. Inhale, lower the heels. And then exhale to lift back up. Beautiful. We will stop there on that one. Good. Now, what I'm going to have you do is kind of hold your kind of chair there, and you're going to be this way. So you're standing sideways with one hand on the chair, and it doesn't matter which one it is. I'm going to turn my chair this way so that you can see a side view and you know what's going on. So whatever hand that's on the chair, you're going to take that same leg back, and it's going to go back behind you. Yeah, so it's one leg back, one leg forward. Now I'm just going to turn this way just a little bit so that you can see now your hip distance apart here, and then the foot isn't back behind you. Yeah, so kind of separate your feet so it's easier to balance over time. Yeah. Now you want to as wide of a stance up to 3 feet as you can get. Yeah, but everybody's a little bit different. If you this is new to you, you might start a little bit more narrow. Yeah. Okay, and you're high on the ball of the back foot. You want to square your hips off. Yeah. Deepening your abs, so pulling your abs in and up. Good. And then shoulders back and down, tucking the chin in. We're going to review how we started last week. So you're going to lower that back heel down and then lift your back heel up. Good. Now, if that feels like your feet are too far apart, just bring that back leg in. Try to keep the pelvis square. We're going to inhale, lower, and then exhale to lift. 3 more. Inhale. This is kind of you taking off from a kind of walking stride position. We're exaggerating it, but we want to keep you walking, climbing stairs. This is what we do, yeah, all day long. Walking. Good. Well, let's do one more. Inhale, keep feeling the glutes, pulling the abs in and up. Now hold that back heel lifted, lengthening. Bend your back knee a little bit. Now you're going to continue to bend the back knee and try to go straight down. So both knees are bending equally, and then they straighten equally. Yeah. And so you're going to exhale here, deepening the abs and coming back up. Now, if you can you kind of find your balance here. Good. So just test it. Yeah. So kind of take your hand off the chair. It adds more load to the body, both hands to your hip or straight down, or keep a hand here on the wall or the chair, whatever works for you. Good. We're going for about 5 more here. Good. 5. Deepening your abs. Good. Keep your shoulders back and down. 4. Good. And exhale. 3. Good. Feeling that core. Stay connected. And 2 more. Very good. And 1 more. Exhaling and then coming all the way up. Bring that back leg in. Excellent. Let's do the other side. Very good. So the more we can do that, you have so many kind of things available to you. Yeah. So really strengthening the legs. Good. Having no problem going up and down stairs. So really good for our knees. Okay. Let's go ahead. Find your position on this side. Yeah. New side of the body, new story. It might be a little different. Usually is for most of us. Okay, so we want to find the distance between the feet on the side, hip distance apart, square your hips off, draw your abdominals in, shoulders back, moving just with that back ankle. Let's inhale down, exhale to push yourself up. Good. Inhale. You're trying to keep the knees straight here if you can. Good. And deepening your abs as you're moving. Good. And up. Good. We'll inhale and exhale. So again, working through the feet. The feet are super important for mobility, good strength of the whole body. Let's do 2 more. Good. So do what feels good. Again, the foot might have to come in a little bit. Let's do 1 more. Inhale. Good. Now feeling the abdominals. Here we go. Hold that back heel up. Start to bend that back knee. Good. Now you want to continue to bend the back knee as you're going straight down. So both legs are contributing and straight up. Yeah. So that back knee might be a little tricky for a lot of people, and you might just reduce your range for a while. Yeah. Until it conditions and gets stronger. Once again, if your knees don't like something, you just have to strengthen the muscles around the knee. 80% of your shock absorption, which I mentioned last week, really comes from the muscles around the knee joint. So, just really keep strengthening that and you'll have that mobility over time. Good. Finding your balance if you'd like. So, hands on your hips or straight down or kind of just hover here. Let's do 5 more. Exhale down. Good. And if you are trying to find your balance, fix your eyes on a spot that's not really moving. Yeah, if you're watching me, that's great. Hopefully, I won't fall over. We've got 3 more. Exhale. Inhale to lengthen. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale, lengthening up. Good. Let's do 1 more. Exhale. Beautiful. And then coming all the way up. Let's bring that back leg in. Very good. Hopefully you felt that on the legs. Okay, we're going to utilize that position to get down to the floor. Yeah, so we are going to shift our chair. Yeah, and then we will do that practicing our kind of what I like to call proposal kind of position to practice getting down on the floor. Now, to do that, last week I suggested using pillows, towels. We will use these when we get to the floor. So I'm going to suggest grabbing them here so that you can land on the floor. Yeah, so you're sitting on your chair and you're going to turn sideways. Yeah, so here's our lunge position, which is why lunging is just so important. Yeah. Um, so you're in this 90 degree angle with your knees here, and we're going to slip off and land on our knee here. And again, you can really build that up with a lot of pillows, and then we're going to get right back on. It's a lot of legs. Yeah, we want to try to keep the spine straight. Yeah. So either hand here, and then this hand back here is going to help you. Let's find our connections. So I'm sitting on one hip, and this hip of the knee that's going to go down is actually off the chair. So inhale here. Exhale. Let's find your abdominals. Good. Now we're going to just slip off the chair and slowly land on our pillows or towels. Now, the challenge is to get right back on, but without bending the spine. Try to keep your spine straight. Do a big inhale. Drive down through the ball of the foot, through the heel, and lift yourself back up. It's legs and core. Inhale. Couple more times. Let's practice. Exhale off. Good. Inhale. Exhale, deepen your abs, drive your legs down, lift yourself up, and have a seat. Good. One more time on this side. Inhale. Exhale, slip yourself off. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, deepen your abs and lift yourself off. Good. And then we'll practice that over here on this side. So tucking the back toes under. Good. And then finding that position of the front leg. This hip is off the front edge of the chair, and I'm sitting on the chair with the leg that's of the foot that's in front. So take an inhale. Deepen your abs, shoulders back, slip yourself off, land on your pillows. Inhale, drive your feet down and lift yourself back up. Good. 2 more. Inhale, deepen your abs, slip yourself off, come to your support system. Take an inhale and exhale, coming right back up. Good. And one more, and we're going to actually stay on our pillows here. Inhale, exhale. That's come off. Good. So that's again something you can practice all day long. Good. Now we're going to come off here onto both knees. Yeah. And we're going to transition to all fours, and we're going to start to load the upper body. So start that hinge here, hands on the thighs. Good. And then we're going to come down onto all fours. Yeah. And just spending a little bit of time here. Now, like I said last week, you if you have wrist issues, you would want to roll your mat up and take the edge of your wrist on something that's a little bit higher, and that can be really helpful. Good. And but what we're going to do is we're going to start with a shift back and forward. And so you'll find a position that actually works for you. But you do want to be able to load the arms and particularly the wrist, because if you fall, you're going to catch yourself and you don't want to break your bones. So loading the upper body this way is great. Let's find our neutral position. So nice long spine. So exhale your air out, push the floor away, slide the shoulders down, long neck, and pull your abs in. Now we're going to inhale, start that shift back like we did last week. You stick your tail out and you're actually taking weight off your arms. So this might be better for you initially to do a lot of the movement that we're going to do in just a moment. And then exhale, come forward as far as you can and try to put your body weight onto your arms. Take a couple more. Inhale, we'll shift back. And then exhale, think of pulling yourself forward. Good. We'll take two more here. Find that position. Good. So if something doesn't feel good on your arms, you'll just go back a little bit so that there's not so much load. Good. Inhale and exhale. So wherever that is for you, try to stay there. And we're going to do a leg movement here. So you're going to inhale here. Now exhale, strongly engage your abdominals and slide your right leg out and away. Good. And so we're going to be lifting and lowering the leg, working the glute. Yeah, but you try not to shift the pelvis. Yeah, as well as keep both equal weight on your arms. So take an inhale here, exhale, deepen your abs and lift your leg and lengthen it out. And then tap your foot down for 5. Now you want to lift with your glutes, not your back. Yeah, so it's not a back exercise, it's a leg exercise. You really got to pull your abdominals in and up. Exhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. 3. We're going to go for 2 more today. And exhale. Inhale. Do one more. Reach through the crown of the head. Beautiful. Let's put that foot down, bend the knee, and we will do your other side. So inhale, exhale, reaching that left leg long and hold it long. Good. Try to square your pelvis off, slide your shoulders down, do a big inhale. Exhale, lift the leg, reaching long. Inhale to tap down. And you want to engage the glute here to lift the leg and also reach through the toes, deepening your abs. Exhale, 3. Good. Let's do 2 more. Good. Exhale. Inhale, lower. 1 more. Exhaling. Very good. Let's lower down and we will bend the knee in. Now we're going to make our way down onto your back. So you're going to come off of your pillows, your towels, and then use either one or two of them for a head pillow. Yeah, so kind of organize that. Good. And then you're going to come down on your side hip. Try to keep your back straight here. Come down onto your side and then roll yourself over onto your back. Very good. Okay, let's get into our core. Yeah, they're really kind of focused. We've been working our core, but now we'll really isolate these muscles. Yeah. And so make sure your head is in a comfortable position and you can kind of just look straight up at the ceiling. And I'll try to cue you so you don't have to turn your head there too much. Knees are bent, hip distance apart. Take your hands on your pelvis, and we're going to start to just rock the pelvis like we did last week. Take an inhale through your nose, and then exhale, go into a tail tuck. So you're tucking your tail under and pressing your lower back gently into the mat. And then inhale to release that and go into a little arch. And we'll continue that kind of big movement. Exhale, tucking your tail under, engaging your abdominals here. Hug your ribs in and down. And then inhale, do a little arch. Yes, you know, you're arching and the lower back's coming up and maybe the ribs are coming up. 3 more like that. Exhale, tucking under. Good. Inhale for that little arch. Good. This is also hopefully feels good, getting the blood flowing into the back of the pelvis, into the lumbar spine. Inhale, and just do one more there. Exhale into that tail tuck. Good. And then inhale into that little arch. Now try to stop somewhere in the middle. Yeah. So we're going to find our neutral position in this position so that the hip bones and the pubic bone are on the same plane. So if you were going to put a cup of coffee or tea there, it wouldn't tip one way or another. You got a little curve in your lower back. And then the bottom rib is on the mat. Now, I know that's a lot of kind of nuance or body parts, and then it just gets stronger over time. So we'll just keep revisiting our neutral position. Good. Now we want to breathe without moving anything. Yeah. So you're in your neutral. You'll take an inhale through your nose. And then exhale gently, pull up on the pelvic floor. Feel that fire towards the navel, and then also the ribs hug in and down. But try not to flatten the back on these next few breaths. Just try to stabilize in that neutral position. You'll inhale through your nose, breathing into the bottom lobes of the lungs. And then exhale, lift through the pelvic floor. Feel that fire up towards your navel. And again, the ribs are connected here. Good. And then we try to keep the connection as you inhale, breathe through your nose. And then exhale, deepening that connection. We're going to keep adding on here, but this is a great thing to practice just all by itself. We're going to start some marching. You're going to inhale here. Now exhale, feel that connection first. And we'll start with the right knee. Let's lift the right knee up into a tabletop position. Good. And ideally, you don't want any movement happening in the hips or ribs. Inhale, slowly put the foot down. So you want to control it rather than letting the foot fall. Other side, exhale, left knee comes up. Good. And then we'll inhale, slowly put that down. And then we'll keep alternating here. So keep going. Exhale, right knee, and your hands are on your hips. Yeah, just to give you that cue are your hips moving? Yeah, or the ribs. Yes, you want to keep everything as still as possible. Left knee, exhale, or just keep moving. Good. As well as both shoulders back and down. Good. So you want to feel a lot of core here, stabilizing as you mobilize one leg and then the other. So nothing's moving. Good. And if something's moving, really pull the abdominals in, but try to stay in that neutral. So hug your waist. Exhale 4 more. Inhale. Good. Exhale, deepening your abs. 3. Good. Inhale. And exhale. 2. Good. One of the best things you can do for the strength of your abs. And 1. Good. Now put that leg down. Now we're going to add on to that. So bring your arms down to the side of the hips, and we're going to lift opposite arm and leg. Yeah, but turn your palms in so you're resting on your little pinkies here. Shoulders back and down. And then exhale, emphasize your core connection, stabilizing and neutral. Now take an inhale here. So think right knee, left arm. Exhale, deepen your core, lifting. Right knee, left arm. Arm goes straight up towards the ceiling. Now lower both of those down. Do a big inhale, other side, left knee, right arm, and reach. It's like a huge march. Inhale and keep going, alternating. Exhale. Good. And you're trying not to let the hips or the rib cage move as you're going through these movements. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale. 4 more. Exhale. 4. Beautiful. Inhale. Good. Pelvis super stable. Good. 3. Nice. And let's do 2 more. Now, the next time the left knee and the right arm are in the air, let's hold it there. So exhale and hold. Good. I'm going to have you flex your left foot here. Good. Now, what we're going to do, it's kind of like a supine bird dog. The arm is going to go overhead and the leg is going to reach long, deepening your core. So, adding a little bit more load here. Take an inhale. Exhale, leg long, arm reaches up overhead and then pull them back to their starting position. 5. Good. Now deepening your abs as you reach the leg. Long arm up. Good. And back to center. Good. So really challenging your center by taking 2 heavy limbs. Good. Away from your center. Good. And then pulling back and oppositional. movement. Let's do two more. This is what we do as we walk. Good, as well as kind of do functional movements throughout the day. Good. And one more. Good. And then bend it back in. Beautiful. Let's put the foot down, arm down. Excellent. Inhale there. Exhale, lift your right knee and your left hand up overhead. Good. And then we're going to inhale here. And then exhale, flexing that right foot. Let's reach it away, left arm overhead. Good. And then draw it back to center. Good. Try to deepen your abdominals here as you're reaching. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Good. And three more. Exhale. So once again, no movement in the pelvis or the rib cage. Everything's staying very still. Last two. Beautiful. Inhale. Let's do one more. Exhaling. Very nice. Coming back in, put the foot down, put the hand down. Okay, we're going to go into a little challenge here. What I'm going to have you do is do a very tiny tail tuck. So you're really feeling the abdominals here. We're going to lift both legs up into our tabletop position. Lift your right knee up, catch it with the right hand right below the knee. So the hand is right at the shin. Do an inhale there. Do the same thing. Deepen your abs with the left leg, both legs in the air. Catch them. Good. That shin with that hand. Yeah. So now what we're going to do is get a really deep abdominal connection. So inhale here. Now exhale. Push your shins up to your hands and pull down with your hands. And you might go into a little extra tail tuck here, and that's fine, but you should feel lots of abdominals. And then just release that pressure, but keep your abs working. Now, another muscle you want to feel is right underneath your armpit muscle. Yeah, so see if we can connect there. Inhale, exhale, push your shins up, pull down with your hands, slide your shoulders down, lengthen through the crown of the head. Good. And then inhale, just a release, but keep as much connection as you can. And exhale, push your shins up, pull down with the hands. Good. Feeling that core connect. Good. Do one more here. Inhale, exhale, push up and pull down. Very good. Inhale. Now we're going to do a little toe tap. So you're going to inhale. Now push up a little bit more with that left shin, and you're going to release the right one and toe tap down, deepening your core. Lift it back up. Catch it with your right hand. Release the left. Exhale, toe tap as you press the right shin up. Good. Inhale, coming back up. Keep alternating. Push up with the left as you toe tap right, catching the right leg. Now push up with the right leg, release the left and toe tap. We'll do four more. Inhale, exhale, four. Try to keep that tension out of the neck, out of the jaw. Let that go, but keep the abs working really strong. One more time, each side. Exhale to deepen. Good. Inhale. And one more. Exhale. Beautiful. Catching the leg. Let's go ahead and lower the right leg down, lower the left leg down, and let's move on into a shoulder bridge. You're going to take your pillows away. Very good. And then walk your feet in pretty close to the back of the hips, if that's available, to your knees. And we're going to stabilize in neutral. Arms are coming right down to the side, and we're going to be lifting our hips up into a bridge. But feel your abdominals contract as you exhale and just prepare. Now take an inhale with that connection. Good. Now exhale, start to press down through the feet, squeeze your glutes, and lift your pelvis up into a bridge position. Good. Now hold it here. What you want to do is really lift your hips up and get a stretch in the front of the legs, but also hug your ribs in and down. So feel that connection. We'll inhale, stay, and then exhale, crease at the hips and lower the hips straight down. Inhale. Exhale, press down through the feet, squeeze the glutes, lift your hips up, reach your knees over the feet, hug your ribs in and down. Inhale, and then exhale. Let's go ahead and set your hips down deepening your core. Very good. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze the glutes and lift the hips. Good. Inhale there. And exhale, setting your hips down. Very good. And we'll do one more. We're going to do a hold at the top. Good. So a little challenge here on this one. Good. Now what we're going to try to do is just hover that right foot off the mat, but we really got to engage that left glute. So feel that left glute engage, engage your core, take a big inhale, exhale. Now just hover your right foot off. Good. Try not to let the hips shift. It's a lot of work. Put that foot down. Now inhale here. Now squeeze your right glute. And then exhale, hover that left foot off. Beautiful. Let's inhale, put that foot down. Let's alternate 4 more times. Exhale, right foot hovers. Good. Inhale. Now shoulders back and down. Try to press your shoulders down, arms down strongly as you shift and hover. Good. One more time each side. Good. So squeeze that supporting glute as you lift that other leg. Good. Inhale. Now squeeze that glute as you hover. Beautiful. Inhale, put both feet down. And now we'll set the pelvis down. Very good. Excellent. That's so good for any back issues that you may have. Very, very good to kind of condition the glutes. We're going to utilize the glutes as we roll all the way over onto your stomach. And here's where we want to use your pillows and your towels. So grab 1 or 2 and you want to place them underneath your rib cage. Yeah, we're going to load the front of the rib cage with some extension, and you don't want any fractures for your ribs. So very important to do that. And you can really kind of pad your ribs up as well. Okay, legs are reaching long. Good. Arms are going to be down by the side of the shoulders, so they're creating a little bit of a W position there. Nose is going to be at a hover. Now reach your legs long in this position. So the kneecaps are going to come off the mat. You're pulling your kneecaps up. Press your pelvis down into the mat, but pull your abdominals in and up. So you're really supporting that lower back. Now you'll inhale here. On the exhale, start by pulling your shoulder blades back and down. Press through the arms gently and push yourself up into what we would call a little upper back extension, but you're working your upper back muscles. Now take an inhale here and then exhale, lower down. Now, everybody's got a little different extension. So you have to judge to how far you can come. You don't want to feel this in your lower back. So pull your abdominals in and squeeze your glutes. That's going to protect your lower back. Nice. Now, inhale there. Exhale, shoulder blades back and down, and you're just extending that upper back. Now, you come up as high as you can without taking it in your lower back. Take an inhale. And then exhale to lower down. Nose to a hover. Legs are long and strong. Inhale. Exhale. Shoulder blades back and down. Good. Pulling the chest through. Good. Now take an inhale here. And exhale. Reconnect with the glutes and the abs. They stay strong throughout. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Shoulder blades back and down as you extend. Take a big inhale. And exhale. Again, perfect to do for osteoporosis. One of the best things you can do is bend your spine in this direction because it wants to go in the other direction. Inhale and exhale to lower. Very good. Okay, so hands are going to come right underneath your shoulders. You're going to push yourself up into an all fours position. Yeah. We're going to retrace our steps to get back into the chair and into a standing position. So grab your towels. Yeah, we're going to climb on with our knees. Yeah, so whatever padding that you had before. Good. Now start to hinge the hips back, hands to the thighs, and you come up into your kneeling position. Now, whatever leg is closest to the chair, you're going to bring that leg forward and hand on the chair. Very good. Now tuck your toes under. And then this foot has to come back a little bit so you can push down on it and have a seat on the chair. Good. But let's gather our strength. So abs in. Good. Glutes engaged. shoulders back, and we're really practicing on keeping our spine nice and long. Now take a big inhale. Exhale, drive your feet down. Try to do that lift and sit into the chair. Very good. Excellent. Good. Okay, so we're going to come into a standing position. So right from there, you can just go right into your standing position because that's where we were in practicing our lunging as well. Now, one thing that I want to introduce to you before we kind of stop here is a side to side stepping. Because when we fall, and we want to avoid falling, we usually fall sideways and on our hips. So we want to practice finding balance in that kind of movement pattern. And so let's just start stepping side to side. Good, any amount. Yeah, so just step to the side and tap. Good. And then step and tap. Good. And I'm going to suggest really stepping as wide as you can. Yeah. So I'm kind of bending and stepping. Nice. And then bringing this leg in and just finding like a toe tap. And so we're going to try to find a little bit of a balance as we're going on here. Good. Keep breathing. Find your core. Good. Shoulders back and down. Good. And good. Now stay over here for a moment. Good. And let's see if we can just find a little bit of a balance there. It'll be wobbly. It's fine. Good. And then over here. Good. And then hold it here for a moment and find your balance. Good. Nice. And then keep going here, finding your balance. Good. And you can maybe find your balance maybe right away. Yeah. And lift. Good. And it's okay to wobble. Yeah. And it's okay to lose your balance, but it's not okay to fall. Yeah. So we want to be able to kind of find balance in your kind of unstable position because we're all going to lose our balance throughout life. Good, but we can always catch ourselves, before we fall. Yeah, which is what all of this is for. Yeah, avoid falling. Falling's really bad. Don't want to fall. Yeah. Good. So let's go ahead and do that one more time. Each side. Good. Finding your balance. Good. And finding your balance. Beautiful. Okay. One last thing. We're going to do a little arm stretch. Let's take your hands back behind your hips. Good. Pull your abdominals in. And I'm just clasping my hands here. If that's okay for you, you can also just reach your arms just back. Yeah. And this is a great thing to do throughout the day. Let's end up with our toes nice and lined up. Draw your abdominals in. Engage your glutes. Good. Now pull your shoulders back, drawing the abs in. Good. And open through the chest. Hold it here. Inhale, breathe into the sternum. And exhale, lower the arms. We're going to do that one more time if that's available to you. Good. Keep your elbows straight. Lift your arms, lift your sternum, deepen your abs, and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Let's go ahead and let that go. Circle the shoulders out a couple of times, and we will stop there for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day and keep practicing spinal lengthening, core connection, and I'll see you next time.